Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting day. We're joined by someone very dear to my heart, Emily, my sister.
Yours truly, nice to have you here.
Welcome, Emily. By the way, guys, Emily has a channel, so after watching here, head over to her channel, which I will link below. Emily Kavasomi. She shares about living life to the fullest and having fun while at it. Today we're going to have a conversation in relation to parenting.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the activities that we've been we've been doing to keep our children busy, having fun throughout the lockdown.
Okay, so a background on this. I have two girls who are aged 4 and 2 this year.
And I also have two girls aged 8 and 6. No, actually 9 and 7. Now we've moved to another year.
Effects of lockdown. Her girls are called Kayla and Chloe. And mine are Tia and Tisha. So if you hear those names, we'll be talking about our kids. So Emily, tell us, what have you been doing with Kayla and Chloe this past year to keep them engaged?
Been doing so much. At first we had this boredom, like you wake up in the morning, you eat, then you watch TV, then you finish, then you eat, then you watch TV, and then you eat.
So what were
then you watch? Because when you're at home, somehow you keep getting hungry. You have breakfast. Then I know we used to have break at school and all, but people are hungrier because they're idle.
Yeah, that's true.
So we ate a lot. The children have grown a lot because of eating a lot. I think
even their shoes don't fit anymore, their uniforms, those things.
Yes, and the clothes, we had to buy clothes in COVID. My daughter Kayla is so beautiful. She has grown tall. She's chasing after me. Anyway, so along the way we figured that we had to find things for them to do to keep them busy. And I think today we're going to share 10 things we've done, among the things we've done through the lockdown to keep our children busy and active and not so bored. This is a continuous process because some of these things they feel they've done over and over. That's now true. Like Kayla, she wants something different to do.
Yeah, she's bored by what you've been doing.
Yes, so even me routine bores me. So now one of the things we have done is, let me start with the food, to prepare the meals together. And I'm glad for this time because before March, I think they would show interest, but I kept saying, they're still young, you wait. I would invite them for things like cooking water
and eggs
those simple things, because I'm scared they're going to get burnt. The time for meal preparation is not enough. Like, you're always rushing, you're from work, you want them to sleep. But now that I was around, we took time to prepare meals together, prepare breakfast together. They would even take turns or take dishes. Maybe Kayla is going to prepare this and Kayla will make the other, or prepare breakfast and lunch, but at least I'm there. And then along the way you're teaching them how to cook. Yes, and after all these months they can actually cook. I'm just scared that they may get bad, so I have to be somewhere in the neighborhood, but they can cook a meal and it gets ready.
Wow. Yeah, that's very nice. I can't wait for that season in my life
because
my kids are cooking, because mine are still younger. But the thing is, I've also been doing some housework with them. Actually, even some little cooking. When I'm like frying sauce, I call Tia and she helps me like to
stir.
Yeah, to stir, and just the simple things under my supervision. But I don't mean to sound very spiritual, but guys, one thing that I've done this past year in lockdown is read the Bible with my kids.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing it using there's an app called I think Bible for Kids. So it's sort of done to capture the kids' attention, but really the basic story remains. So we read it together on the phone, and she really enjoys it. I had to do it after church was closed, and then they didn't have any spiritual nourishment because they don't really watch the TV service and all. So
speaking of closed church, for us, I think at first we used to pray together at home. We try to keep this through, like making family altar, but along the way, sleep times become sometimes not very easy to get at the same time. So I was lucky. A friend of mine is a Sunday school teacher or Bible study teacher for
Facilitator.
kids, yes. So she came over and we would do Bible study they would do Bible study
The kids.
with her, and then we would invite some neighboring kids, and then they would be in the compound. They were following Worship Harvest Ministries here in Uganda. So they would do their MC live, they would watch a session online, and then they would discuss it, and I think it was very interesting for them. They grew spiritually.
Wow.
Now they're not doing it currently, but at least that one they have gone on to pray, just them as the children, in their way. Though we also have time when it's a family together, and would give them chance like to preach, and they would have their nice sermons, then they would pray.
Yeah, I can only imagine Kayla preaching. So, like I shared earlier, we've been doing some housework. I introduced my daughter, the older one, here, to housework. She's been washing dishes together with me. You know, I do the first washing, then she rinses. Then she's been cleaning the table after eating, or setting it when we're going to have breakfast. So I tell her, Tia, prepare the table, and then after she'll clean the table and clear it. She also does some sweeping and a little mopping. So just a little housework, age appropriate, laying the bed, even if it remains messy and you have to relay. But at least she says, Mommy, I laid my bed, just covering mess, but just introducing the idea of housework to teach responsibility, really. So we've done that.
And then maybe for me, when it comes to housework, they have done that one, but along the way it became, we are so many people at home, no one is really responsible for anything. So at some point you find that some things are not done. So we had to allocate that so and so is supposed to, like Chloe.
Have a schedule.
Yes, we have a schedule. But then you can't imagine at some point I let them reorganize or do the schedule themselves. So they're the ones who will tell me, Mommy, yesterday Kayla woke up, Kayla was then supposed to wash dishes after lunch, now it is me washing after supper, like that. And then we, like, for example, Kayla knows she wakes up, she's going to clean the house. You can't imagine. Yes, clean the house, and then someone else is making breakfast. Chloe knows she's going to wake up, go and maybe pick up the dog poo. We have dogs. Yes, so everyone knows. So by the time breakfast is ready, most of the chores are done. Actually, the average chores are done, and then they're ready to go on to either play or start school.
I got them some toys which are good for cognitive and motor skills. So I intentionally play with them. If I get a picture, maybe I'll insert it somewhere. I don't know. Well, so we sit down and play. We have this educational toy that helps us to play with letters, shapes, numbers. Then it has animals and all that sorts of things. So we can sit. If you have to play, it even helps us to count. So somehow, because I homeschool the kids, the toy was
Erone
good for
homeschools
us.
her children, so far she was not affected by the school shutdown of COVID.
Yeah, God is good to me like that. So it's playtime, but we're also somehow studying. It's a mixture of both. So we learn how to count because we do numbers, shapes, sizes, the alphabet, colors, and then they're all, like, at every letter there's a picture of an animal. So at A there's like alligator, fox, like that. So we're able to expand our vocabulary, but also play. We have to make sure like it's fun time. The kids love the different manipulatives that are in, and So
is Mommy enjoying this whole process?
Yeah, I do a little bit.
Have you considered whether they are adult toys?
Adult
For the
toys.
same things. So
Who will I play with?
I can join.
Another activity that we've been doing that my girls really love is taking walks together, you guys. Yeah, we do a lot of walking. Like every time you're leaving the gate, they'll ask you, Mommy, where are you going?
Can I come with you? Can I escort you? So we've also been doing the walks.
Yeah, and for me, it's really helped me. Like, you walk around and you see things and teach them. Since they're preschoolers, you teach them about colors, tell them names. If you find like a
places along the way,
you tell them that's maize, that sweet potato, that gate is black. Like, it has opened up. the walks have helped us to explore nature and the beauty that is in it. We point at the sky. I tell them, look at the moon, it's coming up, if it's in the evening, if the sun is setting, things like that. So we've done a lot of walking, and it has been good for me. I've lost some weight. So, yeah.
So for me, the walking, first of all, it's like a breath of fresh air. One, you're breathing fresh air, but also you're just seeing a different environment from the house, from the compound. So just going away, and then I think the kids like it because it's like you're spending time with them.
Yeah.
And you're seeing so many and you're seeing so many things out there. And for me, there is photo shoot on the walks, like we take photos,
selfies.
Yes, we do videos, so they always love to go, and then they see those different places that we never allow them to go to, like the market,
Kampala kids.
the market, the well. Sometimes you find them, even for me, they try to bring it in a way which I should think is good, so that I allow them to go like exercising. Mommy, let's go and jog. But point is, let's get out of here. Yeah. So really taking walks, evening walks most of the time when they have showered. Yeah, it's a breather for the day. I love it too.
That's good. So because we were spending so much time together, we had to get creative. We introduced painting to the kids. I know they are young, but yeah, we paint. You know, art is about just being creative, and even any mess becomes a design. So we've been doing a lot of painting, even with Tisha. I just bought color water.
So what do you usually like? Where do you get the pictures that they're painting?
No, they don't. It's not that advanced. You just give them color, water, and paper, and then they'll do whatever.
They paint for themselves.
Yeah, they come up with whatever.
Maybe as they grow older. Or if actually for now, you could get pictures off the internet. You just download pictures for painting.
Put it in front of them.
That is age appropriate. As they grow, and then they can say, if it's a dog, they should remember what is the color of dogs. Yes. Yeah. So you don't expect her. You will not expect her to use maybe green to paint it, or if it's a leaf. Because of the time you've spent showing them different things, they will be able to know that a leaf cannot be.
Okay.
I don't know which color.
Okay, now that would be coloring.
Hey!
What you're talking about would be coloring.
Painting is different from coloring.
Exactly. Okay. When you're coloring, you have a picture, maybe like you've been saying dog and leaf, then you say color the leaf. But painting is just come up with a concept. You know those things you go to an art gallery and there's
wow.
So just anything that comes to them. So
and I think painting. Also for their age, I don't know. I usually developing their muscles. And then you can see the creativity in her mind. Okay.
Though nice. I should just say that the art skill is not really in our family, because from the mom to the kids, yeah.
I think you should take to doodling. Yeah. Since no one judges. So what else have you been doing with them?
We have been going shopping together. So as a family, we purpose to support local people. We buy from our community, really. So if you're going to the supermarket within our area, I go with them, and guys, they're always so excited. Mommy, let's get this. Mommy. Or when we're going to the show.
Now, how do you control what they take? Like,
okay,
do you let them take everything they have seen?
So usually when we are going, I tell them what we are going to do. We have a list. I'll say we are going to buy cooking oil and sugar. Nothing else. So I set their expectations. Like I tell them what I expect of them. Wow. And then, of course, as kids, you have to reward them. If they see you either buy gorillas for them, or like sweets, even to help them along the journey. Like as you're coming back, the walking is much easier. The kasana, you know, it's much easier if they are licking a sweet or eating gorillas, and they don't disturb much. So
and they will remain looking forward to the next time they go away.
Yeah, so yeah, we do shopping with them. Even if I'm just going out to buy avocado or whatever, I'll go with them, and they really like it. I'm even teaching Tia to like do it herself. I hope like in 3 years I can send her to the shop. So when we reach the shop, I tell her, give the shopkeeper money, I get the balance, carry, something like that. So I'm teaching her responsibility even when we're doing all those things.
Wow. That's a good one.
I'd like to hear from you more. What have you been doing?
There is something, I don't know whether to call it okay, I think it's a project that was not necessarily started for them. Okay, through the year, last year before even COVID started, I wanted to have chicken at home, local chicken at home, with the aim of having them eat eggs and then eat the birds as they multiply. So when COVID hit, I kept pushing it, like I never started until I had to start. So in about, I think, 3 months into the lockdown, I bought four birds, 1 cock and 3 hens. So when I brought them over, they laid eggs, they incubated, we ate eggs, which was rewarding. You know, kids thought eggs come from the shop. They saw the eggs, you know, oh my God, the process of laying the egg. You'd find a hen laying like this on that table, and then they would see the egg come out. Oh my God, they want to grab it. So, and then we had the little birds. So the activity here was they take care of this chicken like crazy. They name them. They name them nice names as far as they're concerned, like beauty, pretty,
minty.
I don't know, expensive. I don't know how what they base on to name them, but they name them.
Wow.
So they feed them, cleaning the pen. Is it a pen?
Yeah.
The chicken house. Yeah, I think it's a chicken pen. So they clean. Sometimes we are immunizing and they are there bringing for you, carrying this one. And I think over a period of like 6 months now, we have sold most of the birds we bought at the beginning.
Wow.
And we
so
have
you've gained income.
Yes, but we used it to buy feeds. Because they are growing, you have to spend more, and then we don't do free range. We may open for them sometimes, but they are closed off.
They're enclosed.
Yes, and we have over 30 teenage hens. Yeah, now we can identify.
The project has grown.
Yeah, and so that they can have the eggs. We eat chicken, but now these ones are still growing. But time is going to come when we are eating birds whenever they want.
Awesome stuff. Anything else you've been doing? Have you been having talks?
Yes, those ones. I think we are okay. There's this unorganized talk you can have maybe while you're doing something. Yes, but then I've also scheduled. Kayla Zano keeps asking, "Mommy, when are you free? I want to talk to you." So I've also used opportunity sometimes when I'm the one who has organized it to talk to them about you guys have talked about sex. Oh God. Anyway, I've been able to talk about sex,
adolescence, body changes,
hygiene, confidence building topics, telling them about who they really are, talking about the Lord, and anything they may be asking about.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, it is shaming, but I never used to have that much time. I would be like, I need to talk to the kids about this. When I'll get a time when it's appropriate and I talk to them, but I never used to get as many chances.
So for me, we've been having talks, but clearly the topics are way different. We're actually talking about, Mommy, is that hen a boy or a girl? Mommy, is that your boy or a girl? Things like that. But yeah, I've really indulged in talking to them. You know, when you give a child attention, you'll be surprised by these kids can ask so many questions. Like,
and one question leads to another. They never end. You have to just say, you know what? Let's sleep today. We shall continue tomorrow.
Yeah. So we've been having talks, but really childish talk. But it's been interesting for me to know their minds. Like, you know, sometimes when you're so busy, you don't give these kids that much time. But this past year, I've gotten to know their minds, and I feel like we are actually friends because we've spent so much time together. We talk about
relationship grows.
Yeah, and they've allowed me to channel my inner child out.
Yeah, and for me, maybe when it comes to talking, I have been pushing them. Some questions, when they ask a question, I know the answer, but maybe I feel
thought-provoking for them.
Yes, or I would want them to hear from someone else other than me. I send them to their dad, to their uncles, to their aunties. I say, go and ask auntie so and so, so that they can hear that thing from. Sometimes because the person has probably more knowledge on it, or I just want the child to be open.
And be able to communicate
Yes,
with the rest of
with
them.
other people other than mine.
So, do you follow up just to find out what answer
I
just
got
in case
I follow
is different?
not just following up. Sometimes I follow her.
Well, there you go.
I want to hear. I want
What
to hear
the
the
other
conversation because sometimes I think it's so interesting. Sometimes it's a question which is so funny.
That
Or,
you just
yes, or like I'm shy. Like I say, you go and ask your father. Then I follow her.
and you
Then
hear what the
and it's
father
funny
is
how
saying.
father says, "Did you talk to
your
mommy?"
mommy.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah. With the kids, I have been encouraging them to move away from the TV. It's nice to watch TV, the cartoons and all, but I want the mind to develop, for them to think, to analyze, to develop cognitive skills.
Yeah.
So I have pushed them out of the house. I once had a mom who said that first she would tell her children to go out, and then they would be like, "But mommy, there are no toys." Then she would be like, "Find something to play with, make the toys." So anyway, for me, I have shared my childhood
Experience.
Yes, you remember we used to play a lot. The games would be endless. We'd be like, "Oh, today what do we play?" It was just too much. So I have pushed them out, and I think the two things I can see they have played a lot is hide and seek. What else would we call hide and seek in Pozi?
Kakebe.
No, I think Kakebe, where someone would kick it. Yes, so they actually kick something, then they run and hide everywhere. Apart from the house.
Some people who are hard to find in that
yes
game,
like
come back 2 hours later and you're like,
she's so tiny, so she hides really well, and then they start calling, "Chloe, we have finished the game. Chloe, mommy is calling." One time Chloe played, she hid so well she forgot
she was hiding.
She forgot she was so they call her, "Chloe, yes, please." So anyway, they love hide and seek, and they have adult cousins they play with, so it can really be nice. Then the other activity they've done in playing is kwepena, dodgeball, where you throw the ball and then you dodge. I remember when I was young,
one of our
Erone, you were the worst. The ball would never hit you.
I'm so tiny.
And then you had the schools of putting your legs up, going down.
Yeah, wowza, guys.
Yes. So they've done that. I have been involved in throwing the ball at them, and they're like, "Mommy, now we enter."
So why don't you enter? Don't you want to just play again and be
I've tried, but they will not hit me. You know, I am very skilled.
This one was a kafulu, guys.
Yes.
But
the other activities they have played outside. Mama netata, mommy and daddy. They have families, they have children. The children go to school, they go to the supermarket. You just know they replicate family life.
Yeah.
Yes. So they cook in like bottles, containers. The flowers are food. They can cook rice, stones, I don't know what. So they replicate. Anything around can be anything.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That's sticks can be children. Sometimes they enter the house. The children enter the house. They sit in the couch.
They be sleeping.
Yes, sometimes Kayla told me, "Mommy, you're going to sleep when your granddaughter is in the chair." Yeah, sometimes I'm told, "Mommy, you please sew for me that dress. I'm making the blouse for my child." Sometimes there's a time Chloe forgot one of her children outside, and the dog ate her, so she died. The child died. So I have to produce another child for her one time when I'm going shopping wherever I can find children. So that one has really been nice for them.
I like that. I like that you've given them that experience. So some other things we've been doing with my kids for playtime. We have been singing. We have sung all the songs, from Baby Shark to Manya Humpty Dumpty. We have sung.
Where are you? Like where do the songs come from? Who composes the songs?
No, now we have an app. I forget the name, but it's just for, what are they called? Rhymes, nursery rhymes. So they watch and listen, and then we sing later. We can just have a moment, an evening where we are all shouting, "Baby shark it, do, baby shark it," and we know even double actions that follow. Even Tisha, you see everyone is.
But you say that's a fun activity, even for you.
Me,
it gives you time to become a child, and
yeah.
your child inner youth like just gets
So
out.
we've been
Wow,
singing
I have to try
and then
that one.
dancing. Eh? Have you danced before? You see strokes and you're like, hey, excuse me, Tia, where did that one come from? Eh? Like you'll be surprised. So we've sung and danced.
Wow.
Yeah.
That one, I have to try that one. I know we have had these
I'm
random
going to ask
dancing.
for evidence.
We are going to dance. Okay, the dancing one is easy, like we can just play music, but we see. I think we've sung, but we've never been intentional. It is just that, like when you find one of them singing, then you sing along. Eh? And then sometimes they're like, "Mommy, it is my song. Don't sing my song." Yes. Okay. So I think, what else? Is there anything else you feel you've been really, really doing that has been fun?
Maybe another thing we've done is our family dynamics is I'm home with the kids most of the time, and the dad comes back on the weekend. So when he comes back, guys, we have to eat called daddy's money. Daddy takes us out. We go for swimming. We go and have some ice cream and just eat pizza, things like that. So we've been doing a lot of family dinners. Or sometimes, when I don't want to cook, Daddy takes us out and then we visit Aunt Emily.
When I grew up,
okay, yes.
You want to
be where Aunt Emily, where we don't have to do a lot of housework, then we eat there.
When I grew up, I want my daddy to be like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So actually, then the kids have time to be together
with their cousins and
yeah, and then they exchange things. The things they don't do at their home, they do here. Yeah. Or the things my kids have not been doing, the tears can say, let's do this, or blah, blah, blah. So for me, that one thing, I think one of the biggest things that they will remember is starting a business. Wow. Yes. It was not my idea, you guys. I know I am bright and all, but it was not my idea. That was Kayla herself. She just woke up one day and told me, Mommy, I want to start a business. Break my bank. We had like a piggy bank made from those metal containers. Anyway, we broke it and we got about, it was 27,000 from what I remember. But she needed to start with around 50,000. So I added her, her dad gave her some money, and she started, and she told me she wanted to sell sweets. So because I have a shop,
she's a cake lady.
Yes, we put her stock there. And through the months, she started in July, so that's about, I think, 6 months now, I think. So she has had the opportunity to select her stock, what to buy, obviously. Things kids can buy, things even adults can use. So she sells basically sweets and candies.
Wow,
yeah.
Good.
And I think for her, the experience has been in coming, and then she's asking, today how many people have bought? Or sometimes when she's there, she's checking on her business and someone comes, she starts like this, excuse me, my name is Kayla and I sell sweets. Now you see these sweets, you eat them. When you finish, you brush your teeth so that, so you cannot even give her an excuse that sweets are not good or what. Yeah, and I think she banks her profit. Yeah, and I think it has grown now to 190,000 Uganda shillings. Whoa. That's about
9 times.
That's about
6 times.
No, I'm just wondering in dollars. That would be about $60. Yeah, about $60 there. Yes.
So Emily, one thing I'm sure that you had to really do this past lockdown year is being big on the birthday celebration. Because those days they would celebrate at school.
Yes,
but
at
when they are home.
We have eaten cake. You people, for us, we have celebrated birthdays. Of course, the kids are too. That's March and September. By the time, I think Chloe's birthday was celebrated before the lockdown, so it was only Kayla's. But I will tell you, it's like every month we had a birthday to celebrate of a cousin, mommy, daddy, uncle, I don't know who, my cousin who. So we have had a lot of cake at home, and they plan for the birthdays. They write note of cards, they buy gifts for them using their own money. So those gifts most of the time are edible, like it can be a sweet or what, but as long as it fits in their money. And for them, I have taught them to be big, not because we want to maybe spend money or be lavish on things, but I want them to know that people are important, life is important. Yes, and be grateful that you have that person. So we even have like speeches when we are celebrating. Kayla's birthday was, I think, the most memorable, and she cried. Like, she made a speech and she cried.
It was about Gondabang.
Yes. Basically meaning like she's so grateful for everyone who has been there for her. Yes, which was really nice.
So yeah, guys, that's it. Those are the things we've been doing with our kids this past year.
So I would want to know which of the things we've talked about have your kids been doing.
Yeah.
Which of them are you excited for them to try out? Or what are your kids doing that we've not talked about?
Please go in the comment section and share. We can't wait to connect with you. Bye.
Erone, this has really been nice doing with you.
Sure.
So thank me for coming over.
Uganda and Millie.
Yes.
It's been an honor, a joy, and a pleasure having you. Please come back again.
I am coming back again and invited.
Wow, awesome, guys. Bye.